Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. The purchase and pricing email question line from you to me and my hand-picked crew for your questions about buying this or any watch you see here on Watchbox Reviews. tmosso@thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing an Olympian 500 pieces in platinum for the 2008 140th anniversary of IWC Schaffhausen. This is the vintage Aquatimer, a timepiece reference 323105 in exquisite PT950 dedicated to the image and, of course, the essence of the 1967 Aquatimer 812, the first Aquatimer reference. So this timepiece is a little bit larger, of course, than its historic forebear. At 44 millimeters, you can see it's 14.3 millimeters thick, which is actually thinner than I expected. And from lug to lug, a substantial but wearable 51.6 millimeters with a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Now we're going to throw this one on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist and get a sense of how it fits. And the fit is identical to the stainless steel model, but my goodness, you do feel all of that platinum, and it's quite honestly a pleasure. The watch isn't overtly richer than the steel model, which has a black dial to this one's silver white, but it's a wonderful handshake, wink wink, nod nod type of watch between those who know IWC and its history, because it is truly spectacular, splendor in every regard, and a real privilege to experience in person. Again, the heft of this, it's like a platinum hockey puck for your arm. Medium rectangular scale alligator leather. As you can see, it is a semi-gloss black. There is a folded edge actually, and you can see there's a monotone stitch. There is a platinum pin buckle, which you'll note is both satin finished and polished. PT950 to match the case as it should be. Calfskin on the underside, and you'll note a brand new IWC factory strap for you to crimp and gouge. I will not do the honors. As you can see on the case back, we have IWC manufacturer caliber 8110. So the 8110 is a in-house Peloton winding system. So you can see it is a pawl-based winding system as invented by Albert Peloton in the late 40s and implemented in the 1950s. A shock-resistant, highly efficient bidirectional winding system that in this instance energizes a 44-hour power reserve. It beats away at 28,800 vibrations per hour. It pivots on 28 joules, and it is adjusted in 5 positions, which is one of the highest standards you will find. That is the same as a chronometer, and it's really the high horology measure for adjustment. The watch also features stop seconds as well as a quick set date. Now the timepiece, unlike many IWC limited editions, is individually numbered. You can see this one's actually my lucky number 11. Now, like the original reference 812, this 3231 reference includes a internal rotating bezel and a second crown that allows you to wind and set. So the original watch featured the super compressor case that was ubiquitous during the 1960s. It featured on everything from, I want to say, IWC to Vulcain to Jaeger-LeCoultre to Longines and beyond. But of course, IWC then and now using its own movement. The unidirectional winding system is a little ratchet, so you can actually adjust it without ever taking your finger off the crown. And the ratchet system sounds and feels awesome. Have a listen. You could play with it all day. Of course, it beats away at 28,800 vibrations per hour. It is a modern high-beat movement, and all of this is water-resistant down to 120 meters. If we get closer, you can also see one of the qualities of this dial is that it's a lovely soft satin finish with all applique indices, and you can see that there are solid blocks of luminova sitting on top of the appliques, so it has a wonderful three-dimensional quality as well as a gracefully stepped-down progression from the dial to the date disc. It's either as a step to the aperture. There's also a nice step down from the flat plane of the flange that represents the bezel, and a very, 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 very narrow outer bezel. So there's an inner bezel and an outer bezel, and the outer bezel in platinum is like a soft silver halo. A handsome watch. You can even note that there are distinctions as the crown uses the probus crown for setting the watch and winding the watch, and then there is a mirror polished crown for adjusting the ratcheting bezel. You'll also note that in profile, it's a little bit like a Zinn Easy M11 or a vintage Aquatimer, as the lugs are dramatically stepped out with polished hoods and squared off polished ends. There's a polished vertical section to the bezel, and then you can see rather than longitudinal satin finish across the case band, it is actually a short vertical finish that is unexpected and delightful. A watch that is full of surprise and delight moments, starting the instant you pick it up and realize how much platinum you're taking in hand. A special piece for 2008, 500 made, and a very serious collector's item for IWC aficionados. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details. And we're back with the IWC Vintage Aquatimer. You can see the action of that internal rotating bezel and the first 15 minutes fully calibrated. Virtually a 60-minute chronograph that's more easily read than any chronograph sub-register. Give me a dive watch over a chronograph any day.